Okay, so I'm gonna start now, guys. So let me quickly make a quick review on what I did last time. So what I did last time, I explained how the LCD is connected, and then I started to teach how can you program the LCD, how can you use it, okay? So the first function I taught was this one, put character LCD, okay? And I told you this one is used if you want to display a character, only one character or a special character, okay, on the LCD. And the way you have to use it, very simple. Before you call this function, just you have to put in register is the ASCII of the character you want to display, okay? This is the first function I taught. I also taught another function, it's called comment to LCD. So what this function is doing, this function is used if you wanna send a command to the LCD, a command, okay? And last time I teach several commands, and I told you every command should have a code. You got what I'm saying? And last time I taught these codes, and similar to put character LCD, before you call this function, you have to put the code in register A. Okay, so you have, for example, if you want to clear LCD, the code is 01. Okay, I already taught these codes last time. So the way you have to use this one, guys, just put this code in register E, and then call this function. This function is gonna run this code. Also, that's what I explained last time about the different codes. Also, another function I taught last time is configuration LCD, and I explained here. Okay, so this function is doing like configuration. Is that okay? So now in total I explained 3 functions. Okay, now I'm gonna explain the last function I'm gonna teach in assembly. So in total we have 4 functions in assembly we can use. Okay, the last function I'm gonna teach now, okay, and then before I show this program, is a function called put string LCD. Can you see this one here, guys? Yeah, put string LCD. Okay, so tell me, okay, what is the difference, or how this one is different from what I taught before? The difference is put character LCD, okay, is gonna display only one character. For example, you can use it to character E or C, only one character. Okay, what if I have a complete message and I want to display this message? This function is used if you want to display a complete message. Is that okay? You will see right now inside this function here, I'm using put character LCD because any message is just a bunch of characters. Is that okay? So before I teach this function, okay, how this function is programmed, I just want to tell you how can you use this function. How can you use this function? Okay, so the way you have to use this function is, for example, I want to display this message. ECE 3130 is easy, for example. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to create an array like this one. This array, this is the name of the array. For sure, as you know, you can call it any name. Okay, and this array has ASCII for E, ASCII for C, ASCII, and at the end has to be number 0. So it's actually what you are doing. I'm doing like here, ASCII of E, ASCII of C, ASCII of E, and so on. And then at the end, at the very end, I'm gonna put 0. Okay, and this is the array. Okay, or this is the string I want to display. This is the message I want to display. So number 1, guys, if you want to use this function, put a string LCD, what you have to do is, okay, I'm sorry, I think I'm, yeah, here, sorry. It's the same thing, okay? So here, so what you have to do is you have to create an array like this one, and you have to put number 0 at the end. It's for sure, last time also, maybe I want to repeat it, but last time I explained this, guys. Big difference between this 0 and between this 0. Big difference. This one is going to be, because it's out of the quotation. So this one is going to record it as 0. So if you look here, this one is going to record it here. It's going to be here in 0, number 0. But this one, because it is between the quotation here, this one is going to be displayed with the ASCII, which is 30. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, okay. So what I'm saying is the following, guys. Number 1, you have to create array. You have to create array. This array should have ASCII for character. So here all of this just ASCII code for characters, and at the end you have to put 0. Okay, this is number 1. So this is the message I want to display. Number 2, before you call, look here guys, before you call this function, you have to put the beginning address of this string in register X, as you see here. So what I did here guys, before you call this function, just give the function the beginning address. That's it. Okay, so then what? So all what I have to do, I have to give the beginning address of this array to the function. That's okay. Then what? Like what I'm going to explain right now. This function is going to start from the beginning, which as shown here, pointed by register X, and then it's going to display until it hits 0. Okay, so it is enough to give the function the beginning, because the end is already 0. Okay, so this function again stop when it finds 0. So let me explain the function here. And in exams, in anything, you don't need to write the content of any function I teach here, okay? Because I already know it's in the slide. So any function you can just use, don't write the code of this function, okay? So here I have put string LC. Look how it works, guys, here. Number 1, here, this is just to push A and at the end pull A. We always do that so that when I call the function, when I come back, A is going to have the same value. So we always do that. But let's start from the second command here. From the second command, look what I did, guys. So I'm going to read one character pointed by X. So here I'm gonna take element pointed by X. One ASCII. I'm gonna put it in register A. Okay. Then I'm gonna increment X. I'm incrementing X for next iteration. Okay, to get next time I'm gonna get another character. Okay, so I read one element pointed by X, I put it in register A as shown here. Okay, then I'm gonna compare. I'm gonna see if this element equal to 0. If it is equal to 0, I am done. Gonna come here and then it's gonna leave. I'm done. Okay, guys. So number 1, I'm gonna read element. I'm gonna put it in register A, and if this element is equal to 0, so I'm gonna jump it to here. I'm done. Okay. If it is not equal, I'm gonna come to here. I'm gonna call put character LCD, because the element the ASCII is in register A. So all what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just call put character LCD. So put character LCD is gonna take this character, display it on the LCD, and then I'm gonna come back to here. Repeat again. Okay, guys, you can see here if every iteration, what I do in every iteration, I get one ASCII pointed by X. Okay, put it in register A, and if it is 0, I'm gonna go outside. If it is not 0, I'm gonna display it. So this loop is gonna continue until I find 0. Okay, any question? So let me summarize what I did so far, guys. Today I explained a new function. It's called put string LCD. Okay, and I explained how can you use it, and even I explained how it works, the content of this function. Okay, any question? Okay, before I choose a program, this is the summary. The summary is all the assembly subroutines. We have only 4. Configure LCD, put character, comment to LCD, put string. Okay, now I'm going to choose a program. The program we have here. Okay, so in this program here, guys, look, I want to display the message shown here. So I want to display something like that on the LCD. Okay, so it is 2 lines, 2 messages, 2 lines. So this is the first message. I want to display this one on the first line, and then I want to display this one on the second line. Okay, so let me show you how can you do it. Very easy, very easy. Number 1, you have to call configure LCD. 1 time is enough. Yes, 1 time is enough. Okay, it's the beginning of your code. Just make configuration, just 1 time. Very easy, right? This is number 1. Number 2, I want to display. So once I do this, once I call this configuration, you remember what I said last time in the configuration? So the cursor is going to be here. Number 1, this one, the configuration is going to clear LCD, and then it's going to put the cursor here. So if I write, so I'm going to start writing from here all the way this way, because the cursor is here. Okay, so now what I'm doing, I'm going to display the first message here. Can you see here? So this one is going to display the first message. I'm going to start from here, display the first message. Okay, on the first line. Okay, how can you do that? As you see here, guys, I'm going to call put string LCD, and then I'm going to just put the beginning address. here I'm gonna put it in register X. So far, until now, until here, if you look at the LCD, you can see that only the first message. I finished the first message. Is that okay, guys? Okay. Now I want to display the second message. Okay. Look at this, because this is somehow tricky. Okay. You have to go to the second line. Look here, guys. So I have, again, as I said last time, it's not gonna come automatically. So I told you we have here 16 characters. Okay. If you keep writing, once it comes to the end, it's not gonna come automatically to here. So you have to do it by yourself. That's exactly what I'm doing here. So here, what I'm doing is using this instruction. I already accept. So here I'm gonna send a command. This command C0. And last time, if you remember, I explained what C0 is doing. C0 is gonna transfer this cursor to here. Okay, that means if I write after this command, so I'm gonna write from here. It's gonna write from here all the way. That's even what I did here. After that, because the cursor is here, so you have to move the cursor from line 1 to line 2 before you write the second message. Okay, guys. Any questions? So now I am done with the assembly. Okay, now I'm gonna move to C. But before I want to move to C, I want to make sure it's very easy, very trivial, right? So just we have four functions. That's easy, very easy. Just one configuration, and then put a string, put character LCD, and then command to LCD. Very easy, right? Very easy. Okay. Any question, guys? Okay. Now let's move to C language. Okay. For C language here, similar to what we did before all the time in C language, we have a number of subroutines. We just use these subroutines. So I'm going to teach now the subroutines. Okay, that's it, very easy. The first subroutine is called LCD initialization. Okay, you have to do this one only one time. This is exactly similar to configuration here. If you look here, guys, configuration. So here in assembly, we call it configuration LCD. Okay. Here we call it LCD initialization. It's exactly same thing. Okay, guys. I'm gonna say it again. Every time you want to use the LCD, you have to call this function only one time. One time at the beginning of your program. That's it. Is that okay? Now, I'm going to teach now another function here. This function is called set LCD address. Okay, set LCD address. So this function, guys, is going to put the cursor. So you want to put the cursor here so that you can start writing from here. Is that okay? So we have a function to do that. This function is called set LCD address, and then you have to write the location, where you want to put this cursor, and these are the locations here. So as I told you, here we have 16 characters. 16 characters. So if you want to put the cursor here, you have to use number 00. If you have to put the cursor here, you have to put 40 or 01 or 41 and so on. So you can put the cursor anywhere, okay, using this function. So let me say it again. We have a function. This function is called set LCD address. Okay, this function you can set the location of the cursor. Okay, and usually you have to call this function before you start writing. Okay, so I have to make sure the cursor here before I write. Okay, and then you have to put the cursor here and then you write. Is that okay? So you can put the cursor anywhere. Just call this function and then you have to send the address here. Okay, if you want to put it here, wherever you want to put it. Okay, so here, this function, I'm going to put the cursor here so that I'm going to start writing from here. Okay, so this is not the first location. I want to start writing from the second location, 01, because 01 here is the second location. That's okay. That's what I want to do. Now I want to display this message. Welcome to ECE 3130. I want to display this message. Okay, how I can do that, guys? Okay, this is the way you can do it in C. Okay, so I'm going to create array as you see here. I'm going to say Q1 equal welcome to ECE 3130. Okay, and remember here I'm gonna create, this is array of characters, okay? And you remember this one? You remember when we put asterisk here? Maybe you don't remember, but this means it's a pointer. So Q1 is a pointer. Okay, anyway, so here I'm defining a pointer Q1 for an array of characters, okay? And so same thing for Q2. So this is Q1 is the first message, Q2 is the second message, okay? This is the second message I want to display in the second line, okay? So number one, guys, you have to make a message this way. You have to define a pointer, and then very easy. All what you have to do, just to take this pointer, send it to the function. Which function? That's what I'm going to explain now. Very easy, right? So here we have another function. It's called type LCD. Okay. So all what you have to do, send to the pointer. For example, Q1. I'm going to send it here. What this function is going to do? This function is going to start from where you put the cursor, and then it's going to write this message here. Okay. So let me summarize what I said, guys. What I explained now, I only explained three functions. Number one, LCD initialization. That's great. Number two, LCD address. Because you have, before you write, you have to put the cursor somewhere. So I put the cursor here, okay? And then, so these two together are gonna write the first message. And then we have another function called type LCD, and then you have to send the first message here. Is that okay? Then look what I'm gonna do now. I'm done. So I wrote the first line. So I finished the first line. Okay. Now I'm gonna repeat the same thing again, but on the second line. Okay. So number one, I have to put the cursor here, as you see here, guys. 41. 41 is here, right? Can you see here? So the cursor is gonna be in the second location in the second line. Okay. So I'm gonna put the cursor here. And then I'm gonna call this function type LCD Q2, which is this one. Okay, guys. Easy, very, very easy. Just a bunch of instruction. Number of subroutines. You just use the subroutines. It's gonna do everything for you. Okay. And even I explain the details. Even I explain how all this function works. Right. How the LCD is connected. Everything. Okay. Any questions? Okay, so now I explained three functions in C, right? 1, 2, 3. I think I have 3 more or something like that. They are here in this table. I'm going to explain them. So this one is done. I'm done with this one, right? LCD initialization. Second one, I'm done. This is where you can put the cursor. Okay. We have one more. We have data 8. This function. What this function is doing, guys, this is exactly like put character LCD. This is a sister of put character LCD. Okay, they are, or this is exactly the same, doing the same thing. Okay, but here you have to send the ASCII of the character you want to send has to be here. Okay, so for example, if I want to display letter A, so you have letter A, the ASCII of A is 41. Okay, so you have to send here 0x41. Is that okay? So data 8, it's a function. It's similar to put character LCD. This one can display only one character on the LCD. All what you have to do, you have to send here this character. Is that okay? And this one, by the way, this one is similar to put string LCD because this one is going to display a message or a string. Okay. Let's see the next one. Next one is called instruction 8. Okay, so this function is similar to command to LCD. Okay, so this function is used if you have a command and you want to execute the command. Is that okay? Okay, tell me about the codes of this command. Are in C language, the codes are similar to the codes we used in assembly? The answer is yes. Okay, so the same codes used in assembly, you can use them here. For example, in assembly, I explained 01 is going to clear the screen. So all what you have to do here, you have to put 0x01, right? So that's it. So the same codes I teach in assembly, you can use them here, like here, okay, using this one. So this one is like command to LCD, okay? I have, oh, sorry, I think I made a mistake. I said this one is like put string LCD. That's not true. This is the one, like type LCD. Okay, I'm sorry for that. Okay, this one just to set where is the cursor. Okay, so this one is like put character LCD, but this is the C version. This one is like comment to LCD. This is like configuration, config LCD. So these are the peers functions in assembly. This one like put string LCD. Okay, so now only I have maybe just a couple of functions are left. One of them is clear LCD. Okay, clear LCD. So this one is going to clear the LCD. For sure, if you want to clear the LCD, you can use this one, or you can use comment. You can send a comment here to clear the LCD. Okay. Now we have one more function. Only one function is left. Is this one here, hexadecimal to LCD. Okay. This one is similar to this one. Okay, but the only difference is here in this one you don't need to put the ASCII here. So the ASCII is the conversion of the ASCII is gonna done inside it. So for example, if I want to display number 0, just put number 0. Okay, and but here I have to put 30. Is that okay? So here this one take a hexadecimal digit. So it takes number from 0 to 15. Right, and then it's gonna convert this one to ASCII and display it. Okay, so this function is similar to this function, but maybe just it is a little bit easier because you don't need to put ASCII. All what you have to do is just put a number and then it's gonna convert it to ASCII. But this number has to be hexadecimal from 0 to 15. Right? That's it. I think there is another one. I think I explained last time, which is hexadecimal to ASCII. Okay, so this one it takes a number from 0 to 15, and then this one is gonna return or convert it to ASCII. Okay, so if it is 0, it's gonna give you 30. If it is letter A, it's gonna give you 41 for A. Okay, and so on. So it's gonna convert to ASCII. That means I'm gonna tell you something interesting. Look here. This function, guys, here takes number displayed on the LCD. Is that okay? So this function, it's exactly like data 8, okay? And then I'm gonna say here hexadecimal to ASCII, and then I can put a number here. So by this way, it's gonna be exactly the same, right? Because you put number 0, this one here is gonna convert to ASCII, send to the ASCII to data 8, so to display it, which is gonna be exactly similar to this one. Okay. Any question, guys? I think the topic is very easy. So let me, because the coming lab, next week lab, it's going to be about, the coming lab is about using LCD and keypad. Okay. I explained the details of everything, and then I told you at the end, all what I need you to know is how can we use them, how can you use the keypad, how can you use the LCD, and it's very trivial. All what we have just a number of instruction. You should learn how can you use these functions or functions or subroutines. That's all what you need to learn. Okay, then you have to use them, and that's it. Okay. Any question, guys? So I'm done with the LCD and keypad. Please, if you have any question, mute the mic and ask your question. Okay. Don't be shy. We are very close to finish this chapter, and as I told you, test 2 is going to be on Wednesday. The coming Wednesday, it should cover the topics, mostly the topics of this chapter. Okay. It should be only 1 hour. Okay, guys. Any question? So I'm done with LCD and LCD and keypad. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back. I left just only 2 topics left in this chapter. Very easy topics. Oops, I think I have to go up. The first topic now I'm gonna teach is very easy one, is the 7 segment. I didn't teach how can you program the 7 segment, so I'm gonna do it right now. Let me go back here. Okay, it's very interesting topic. Okay. Okay, guys. So what I'm gonna teach now, guys, is if you look at the board here, we have 4. Can you see here, guys? Oops. We have four 7 segment here, guys. 4. Okay, that means I can display a number of 4 digits. So for example, 2020, the best year ever, 2020. Okay. So here you can display 4 digits, right? 2020, whatever. Okay. So we have four 7 segment displays. Okay. So now I'm going to teach how can we program them. But before I do that, I just want to remind something I explained before. I need to say it quickly because I need it now. Okay. So what I told you guys before, we have port B is okay. That's what I explained. Port B is connected to 4 displays. So here they are 8, and this is 8 bits. Okay, this is also 8. So we have here, this is display 0, display 1, display 2, right? So here, oops, this is a 7 segment display. Okay, and then here display 2, and also we have here display 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so also port B is connected to the 8 LEDs. That's what I said last time before, guys. Okay, that means whatever you write here is gonna show on all of them. Yes, that's true. Whatever you wanna write here, it's gonna show on all of them if all of them are enabled. You got what I'm saying? That is why we have enable or disable. We should not use it this way. Okay, the way we have to use it, whatever I write in port B should only be shown on only one of them. So we have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 things, but at any certain time, only one of them should be enabled. It doesn't make sense to enable 2, right? It doesn't make sense. Okay, so that's why I told you guys every device here has enable bit, and at any time only one of them should be enabled. Okay, for example, this one, do you remember BG2? Remember? So BG1 or BG2? I forgot. I think BG1 or BG2. I forgot. So anyway, so here I explained there is PG bit. I'm gonna tell you now if it is 1 or 2. Okay, so connected here to enable the LEDs. 0 means enable, 1 means disable. Okay, same thing for the displays here. Every display also has enable. Okay, so for example, this one has PP0. Same thing, 0 means enable, 1 means disable. Same thing here. This one has PP1. This one has PP2. This one has PP3. Is that okay, guys? At a certain time, only one of them should be on at a time. Okay. Any questions? Okay. Today I'm gonna teach how can we program the LEDs. Sorry, the 7 segment, and the way you are gonna do it is very close to what we did the LEDs. Very close. It's almost the same. You remember when I explained LEDs, I told you guys it's connected this way. Here, this is port B, and all of them are connected this way, and this is connected, I think, to BG1. Okay, for enable. Okay, so this is for LEDs, the 8 LEDs. For 7 segment, it's exactly the same thing. Okay, but how? I'm gonna tell you how. Look here, guys. You remember in the 7 segment we have segment, right? This is one segment, one segment, one segment, one segment, and so on. Is that okay? Every segment here is one LED, right? And internally it's connected this way. This is one segment, this is one segment, and this is one segment. All of them are connected together to PP0, PP1, and so on. Is that okay, guys? So look here, look, almost the same, exactly the same thing. And this one should be port B. It's exactly same thing. Okay, guys? And this is the thing. If you want to turn, for example, I want to make a number. I want to make a number 2. Or I want to make, for example, in number. For example, let me clear this one. I want to make number 2. So this one has to be on, 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 right? So So in order to make number 2, I have to turn this one on, this one on. For sure, this one should be off, and this one should be off. So all of them on except these two should be off, right? So here, that's what I'm going to import import B. Okay. Here, this LED, I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to put 1. This one I'm going to turn on. I'm going to put 1. This 2, I'm going to put zeros. Is that okay? This is how it is. So so here, let me summarize what I said before I give you more details. Every 7 segment display, it has LEDs, right? As you see here, these segments are actually LEDs. And similar to what we did to the LEDs, the number you want to make here, okay, based on what number you want to display, you have to turn some LEDs on and you have to turn some of them off in order to make this number. Okay, so let me give you now more details here. So, okay, guys. So that's what I'm saying. This is called this. Okay, let me make the color red first. So this is called segment A, segment B, segment C, D, E, F, G, and this is H. Remember, every segment is like LED, okay? And every segment is connected to one pin in port B, one pin. If you put 1 on this pin, so this segment is connected to one pin. This one is connected to one pin. Everyone is connected to one pin. If you put 1, so you turn the segment on. If you turn 0, you turn the segment off. Is that okay, guys? Okay. So here A is connected to B0. This one is connected to B1. Okay, sorry, B1. And this one is connected to B6. Is that okay? This is the way. So look here, guys. If I want to make number 0, okay, so all of them, all the LEDs, all the segments should be on except G. G has to be, so here, this one has to be on, this one has to be on, this one has to be on, and this one should be off, right? That means to do that, this is the number I have to use in port B. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and then G has to be 0. Is that okay? Let's have another example. So I'm going to do the same thing. So that means this is if you want to display number 0, this is the number you have to send to port B or 3F. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Okay, 3F. So if you want to display 0, you have to send the code 3F for 0, right? Because this number is gonna turn on the segments that can show 0. Okay. So now let me give you one more example. All this table is creating the same way. It's the same way. Okay. For example, let's have another example. Let's see, for example, number 4 here. Okay. I want to display 4. So 4. So this one has to be on. This one has to be on, right? So it has to be. This is how we can make 4, right? So A has to be off. You can see, guys. I put 0 for A, right? B has to be on. I put 1 for B. Okay, same thing. C has to be on, so I'm gonna put 1 for C. D has to be off, on. Is that okay, guys? By this way, we got the number 66. So if I send 66 to the LED, so I'm gonna turn this LED, this segment on. I'm gonna turn the other segments off in order to make number 4. Any question, guys? By the same way, I'm not gonna teach all of them for sure. The same way. You can make the other numbers. Okay, for example, 8, very easy case. 8, I'm gonna turn all of them on. You can see here, guys, because to make 8, number 8, which should be 7F. Okay, so now I'm gonna come to programming. If I want to display a number, what should I do? Very easy. All what you have to do, you have to get the corresponding code for this number and send it to port B. That's it. Okay, guys. So the way, as you will see right now, the way I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna create array. This is array like this one. Okay. If I want to display number 0, I'm gonna go to element number 0. I'm gonna take this code. I'm gonna send to port B. That's true. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. If I want to display number 7, so I'm gonna come here the element number 7, which is this one. Okay. By accident, just 7 is gonna, you have to send 7 for 7 just by accident. Okay, so I'm gonna take this one, I'm gonna send to port B. Same thing for anything. Okay, so you have array, you have to create array. This array should have the codes for all the digit. Any digit I want to display, I have to go to the location, get the digits, the code there, and send to port B. Okay, look here, guys. I'm teaching now how can use the 7 segment to display numbers from 0 to 9. That's what I'm teaching now. Is that okay? But maybe in your project, sometimes you can use the 7 segment to do like some very few number of letters. Like, for example, you can make something LO, for example, like low, or you can make something like HI, right? So HI. Okay, so the way you have to do it's the same. You have the same idea. That's why I'm teaching this idea. I'm teaching how can you display number 0, so that if you wanna make like something like letter H, it's the same thing. You have to know which segment you have to turn on. So you have to come up with a code and then send it to the port B. Okay. Now I'm gonna come to the program, guys. I'm gonna show you how. What I'm gonna do right now, I wanna make a program. I wanna make 1 7 segment. I'm gonna use only 1 7 segment. I want this 7 segment to count from number 0 to number 8. Okay, and repeat. And this counting should change every 1 second. Okay. So let me, before I choose a program, let me show you the video. So I want to use only 1 7 segment. This 7 segment should count from 0 to 9, and then after 9 it has to come to 0 again, and it has to count every 1 second. So I'm going to choose a video before. Sorry. Yeah, count 7 segment. Okay. So let me show you the video. This is this program. This is 7 segment program. So can you see here, guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. After 9 is gonna come 0. And the speed of counting, again, I'm using only one. Here I'm using only 1 digit. Okay, I'm gonna give another example. How can you use more than 1 digit after I finish this one? Okay, so the speed of the counting is every 1 second. Okay, so I'm gonna explain how it works here, guys. Or how can you program it this way? So number 1, as I told you guys, I'm gonna make array. This is array is here. So the array is here, guys, as you see here. Okay, so this is for number 0, this is for number 1, this is number 2, number 3, and this is for number 9. This is the value I have to send to port B in order to show number 9 and 7 and so on. Is that okay? Okay. Look at the idea. How can you do program like this one? Look at the idea. Very simple. In the very beginning, guys, x is pointing here. In the very beginning, I'm gonna take the element pointed by x. I'm gonna send it to port B. Is that okay, guys? And then I'm gonna wait 1 second. Okay. Then I'm gonna increment x. Take this one, send to port B. Wait 1 second. Then I'm gonna increment x. Right. So take this one, send to port B. Wait 1 second. When I come to here, all the way until here, when I take this one, send to port B. Wait 1 second. When I increment x, I will find already I'm done. I will find I'm done. So I have to come back to the beginning again. Okay, so I'm gonna show you now how it works, guys, here. So For sure, I'm going to talk about this is a configuration. I'm going to talk about it right now, but let me explain. This is the program is here. Look here, guys. Here, this is the initialization. X is pointing at the first location. So here I put X here. This instruction is going to put X here. Okay. And then here, look here, guys. I'm going to take 1 byte. I'm going to take the byte pointed by X, which in this case 3F. I'm going to send it to port B. And then I'm going to increment X for next time, for next iteration. Then I'm going to wait 1 second. Is that okay, guys? So I'm going to take 1 byte pointed by X, put it to in port B, increment X, wait 1 second. Okay, guys? If I go all the way to here, okay, so what's going to happen, I'm going to compare X to display, which is the beginning address. This one is going to be replaced by the beginning address plus 10. Because if this is the beginning address here plus 10, I will be here. So once X come to here, that means I am done. I have to come to, I'm done with, I'm done. So after 9, I have to come back to 0. Okay, that's what I'm doing here. I'm going to compare X to the beginning address plus 10, which is here. Okay. If this is true, if you are done, next time I'm going to loop to here. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. If this is not true, okay, so next time I'm gonna loop to here. So if I didn't come yet to number 8, so next time I have to come to here, right? To get the next character, number, sent to port B, wait 1 second, increment, and so on. Is that okay? If this is true, once you come to the end here, this time I'm not gonna jump it to here. I'm gonna jump it to here. Why? To reinitialize X again to the beginning address. Okay. Any question, guys? Look at this program here and let me know if you have any problem. I'm gonna say it quickly again. X in the very beginning, X pointed at the first location in the array. Is that okay? Then I'm gonna take 1 element pointed by X, I'm gonna put it in B. So now I'm displaying 1 number. Okay. Then I'm gonna increment X. Then I'm gonna wait 1 second. Then I'm gonna check. I'm done. Have I finished all the character or not yet? If no, if not equal, so if X is pointing at any location, not here, less than this one, not this one. So somewhere here, X is somewhere here. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna jump it here again to display next one, increment it, wait, compare again. Okay. Once, let me use another color. Once X is here, after I display this one, I increment X. So X should be here. After I display this one, I increment X. So X should be here. If X is here, okay, as you see here, guys, so this is not equal. It's going to be equal. So this jump is not going to be taken. I'm going to come to here, and this one is going to send to me here to reinitialize this place again. Okay. Any question here? Okay. Now let's come to configuration. Configuration, guys. Number 1, you have to configure port B because I'm going to use port B. That's very easy, right? You have to configure BG1, right? BG1 is the enable of the LEDs. Okay. But what is new here? I have to use bit set because I need BG1 equal 1 in order to disable the LEDs, right? What we did before I used to use bit clear, right? Because if I want to use the LEDs, it has to be bit clear. Okay. Now let's look at port P. So here port B, I'm gonna use 4 bits on port B. I'm gonna use PB0 all the way to PB3. Actually, I don't need. I'm gonna only use 1 of them, right? But anyway, I configure this 4. So here I'm gonna configure. Let me clear. So here I'm gonna configure this 4, the first 4, from PP0 to PP3. I'm gonna configure them output, and then now I want to use only 1 of them. I want to use only 1 display. Look what I did. Look how I did it. I'm gonna output FE. You know what FE is gonna look like? It's gonna be 1 1 1 1 for sure. I don't care about this 4. I only care about this 4. So 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, right? So this is PP0 and this is PP3. You can see, guys. So because the 0 is here, so I'm going to enable only one 7 segment. The other 7 segments are disabled because I'm going to use only one. Okay. Any question, guys? Any questions? Okay, now I'm going to teach how can you do the same thing using C language. And here in C language, I'm going to teach 2 programs. Okay, one program very close to the, I'm going to create array also very close to this assembly, and then I'm going to teach like something like high level idea. Okay, so let's start with the idea that's very close to what I have just taught right now. Okay, here I'm gonna create array. This array should have the codes. So this is the code for 0. If you want to display 0, this is what you have to send to port B. This is for 1, for 2, all the way to 9. Okay, so this array is exactly similar to this array here. Okay, guys. Okay, this is number 1. Number 2, because I'm not gonna use LEDs, I can say LED disable. Very easy. Just to call a function. This function, all the details are hidden in the function. Just to call the function. Same thing here, because I'm going to use the 7 segment. You have to use 7 segment enable. Is that okay? So this is to enable 7 segments. This is to disable LEDs. Okay. Now, most of the program is here. This is just a configuration. The program is here. See what I'm going to do here, guys. What I'm going to do is here. I'm going to, for sure, this is an infinite loop, because it has to be continuous. After you count from 0 to 9, you have to repeat again from 0 to 9. You have to repeat again from 0 to 9. The code I have here, this part here, should count from 0 to 9. So here I'm going to use for loop in order to count from 0 to 9. And then I'm going to repeat it forever, because after 0 to 9, I have another 0 to 9, 0 to 9, 0 to 9, and so on. Is that okay? So here, this part only to count from 0 to 9. Okay, so I'm going to show you how it works. Very easy, very simple. So here I'm going to create for loop from 0 to 9. Okay, so in the first iteration, I'm going to display 0. Second iteration, I'm going to display 1. Okay, next iteration, I'm going to display all the way until 9. Okay, I'm going to show you how it works. We have a function. This function is called segment 7 on. This function should have 2 inputs. Okay, the first input, this is the code that is gonna go to port B, right? So, for example, if I want to display this one, number 0, so I have to put this one here. Okay, so the first input, the first argument of this function is the code you have to send port B. So whatever you put here has to go to port B. That's true. Okay, and the second one, second argument is which display. So I want to send this code. I want to send this code to which display. Okay, so if I put 0, that means this code is going to be shown on 0. Is that okay? If you put here 1, that means I want to show this one on display 1. Is that okay? So I can tell you quickly what this function exactly is doing is, this function is going to take whatever you put here, is going to put it in port B, as you see here. Okay, this number 2. If you write 0 here, so this function is going to PP0 equals 0. So it's going to enable PP0, and all the other ones are disabled. If you put 1 here, if it is 1, so it's going to disable PP1. It is equal to the enable. The other one are disabled. Okay, so, and for sure, as I said, we cannot enable more than 1 at a time. Okay, so it has to be only 1. Okay, so what I did here, guys, let's see what I did here. What I did, when I equal 0, here digits of 0, which is actually this value is going to come here. Okay, and 0. So what this function is going to do is going to port B equal 3F, and it's going to enable display 0. Okay, guys, and then I'm going to wait 1 second, and then I'm going to come back here. But next time I equal to 1, okay, not 0. So I'm going to take this one here. Next time I'm here. Okay. Yeah, next time I'm here. Okay. So I'm going to take this one, which is number 1, display it. Okay. And then in next iteration, this one come here. Next iteration, this one come here. Next iteration, this come here. And every time I'm gonna wait 1 second. Okay, guys. Any questions before I choose the other program? This program has details. Why it has some details. Why it, again, I like to teach different things. Okay, as you know me, right? The reason is, I'm not wasting time. The reason is here, this function here you can control what you are going to display on the 7th segment. Okay, so if you need any different shape, as I said, if you want to make H, so it's very easy. You can use this program so that you can display H. Is that okay? As you will see in the next program, you don't have these details. You will see right now. Okay, so in the next program it is doing exactly everything, but it's less details. Why it is less details? Because I'm going to use another function. This function is called segment 7 display or decoder. I don't know what this one means. Decimal. Oh, yeah, 7 segment decimal. I'm going to tell you what this function is different from the previous one. This function, this conversion, okay, is inside the function itself. Is that okay? So all what you have to do here, high level, it's just high level. Give me the number. So give me a number from 0 to 9, and then internally inside this function, I'm going to convert 0 to 3F to the code, and then I'm going to do everything. It's like something like high level. You understand what I'm saying, guys? So let's see how this program is doing exactly same thing. So let's see how this program works, guys. So here, again, it's the same initialization I explained to before. Here, when I equal 0, guys, so I'm going to put here 0. So I'm going to display number 0. This is the number on display 0. Okay, so internally this function is going to convert this number, which is 0, to the code. So look here, even the code is hidden because here I want to hide details, like something like high level. Okay, in next iteration I'm going to send to 1. Next iteration I'm going to send 2, 3, 4 until 9. Is that okay? Any questions? Yeah, this program is simpler because this function hides details. Okay, any question, guys? Okay, now what I explained so far, guys, is how can you program 17 segment, and how to display a number on this 7 segment, number 7 or number 3. So okay, only one. Now what I'm gonna explain now, what if my number is more than 1 digit? For example, I want to display 3725. I want to display something like that. Okay, 4 digit or 3 digit or more than 1, 2 digit. Okay, so how can I do that? Okay, this is somehow interesting, very interesting. Okay, let me explain it before I choose how the idea how it works. So what I want to do, guys, again, I want to display number like 3721. Is that okay? It's great. It's okay. But there is a problem. What is the problem? I told you I should not turn 17 segment on at a time. That's what I told you, right? Okay. So at a time, only one of them should be on. Others are off, right? Otherwise, if you don't do that, so for example, if I put in port B, number 3, and I turn 3 on, you can do that and you can play with this. You already have the program, you have the same segment, you can play. If I do that, you will find 3, 3, 3. Because all of them are taking the same number you put here on. For sure, it doesn't make sense. I want to display different numbers, as you see here, different numbers. Okay. So what is the idea? Very interesting idea. Here comes the idea what we call time multiplexing technique. Multiplexing technique. Okay. So tell me, I'm going to explain what is the idea of time multiplexing technique, and then I'm going to explain why it is extremely useful, why it is very useful. I'm going to tell you why. Okay. So let me tell you, without time multiplexing technique, how I display number like this one. The way you have to do it, guys, is if this is a microcontroller, okay, so I have to use one port which is should be 8 or 7 pins for one display. Okay, for example, I'm going to display here number 3, and then I have to use another port for another one. Okay, 7 pins to display number 2. Is that okay? So then I have to use another port to display, sorry, 7, and then 2, and then another port to display number 1. Okay, so every 7 segment has to take one display. Sorry, one port. So total I need 4 ports. Right? So everyone has to be a port, so that here I can put the number, any number I want. Here I can put a different number. Here I can put a different number. Here I can put, and all of them are on all the time. So this one is on all the time, on all the time, on all the time, on all the time. You understand, guys? So this is if you don't use time multiplexing. Okay. Is that good? No, it's not good. Why it's not good? Because you don't have too many ports. So now I'm going to use 4 ports just to run the 7 segments. This is not good, right? Because I don't have too many ports. I usually I need the ports to do something else. Okay. So here comes time multiplexing. In time multiplexing, I'm going to use only 1 port to display any number of digits. For example, here in our case, to run the four displays. Okay, so instead of using 4 ports, I'm going to use only 1, and then I'm going to use time multiplexing. Okay, guys. So without time multiplexing, this is what you have to do. With time multiplexing, I'm going to use only 1 port, so that the other ports I can use them for something else. Okay. So I'm going to give you details how this time multiplexing works. Okay, and how this technique works. Very easy technique. Look here, guys. So this is the idea, guys. This is display 0. This is display 1, display 2, display 3. We have 4 displays, okay? And now, and this is port B. Is that okay? And what I'm gonna do here, guys, in port B, I'm gonna put the code for 3. I'm not gonna put 3, as you know. I'm gonna put the code for 3, okay? And then this one should be on, and the other one should be off. So this one is gonna show 3. Is that okay? Very easy. That's what I have just did right now. I'm gonna just display 3 on one display. Okay. Then I'm gonna put here number 7, but I'm gonna turn this one off, and this one is on. So now you can see 7. Right? And then I'm gonna put number 2, but this is the one that should be on. So here is a 2. Right? And then I'm gonna put number 1. But this is the one should be on. Okay, guys. And then I'm gonna go back to it quickly. I'm gonna go back and repeat again quickly. Okay. Why it is quickly? So that if you do it quickly enough, you will see a very stable number. You will see a very stable number. If you do it very fast, you will see 3, 7, 2, 1. You cannot believe that this one is turning on and off. Very stable number because you do it very quickly. By this way, guys, I can use only 1 port. By this technique is used again. It's called time multiplexing. Okay. How I can turn one on and off? This is where PP0, PP3 comes. Okay. Before I choose a program of this idea, any question, guys? Okay. The idea is clear. So if you do it fast enough, your eyes will see 3, 7, 2, 1. It's very stable number. You will not see. But if you do it slowly, and that's what I'm going to show. That's what I'm going to show also in the video right now. If I do it slowly, you will start to see flicker. You will start to see some 7 segments are turning on and off. You will see it flicker. Okay, you will see it now. I'm going to choose a video, and intentionally I'm going to make some delay so that I want you to see the flicker. Okay, but anyway, so this is the main idea. That's what we call it time multiplexing. Okay, now how I can do this idea? Okay, programming. Now I'm going to talk about programming wise. This is what I have to do in programming, guys. So here, for example, I want to display this number. want to display this number, guys, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you want to display 3, so this is the number you have to send to port P. This is the code for 3. This is the code for 4. This is for 5. This is for 6. Is that okay? Okay. And this code here, guys, E. E means 1110. That means I'm going to enable display 0. So this one is going to go to display 0. So this value has to go to port P. So when I output this number, I have to output this value to port P because I need the 3 to go to display 0. Okay. Now let's see the next one. This is number 4. So when I put this number 66 to port P, I have to put this value on port P so that who's gonna take this value is display number 1, because this value is what this value is, guys. It's 1101. Look how I move to the 0 from here to here, because now I'm turning this one on. And what about this one? It is 1101 because I need this display on. Okay. What about this one here? It's gonna be 0111. Is that okay, guys? So this is the main idea. The main idea is I'm gonna make a table. Okay. In this table, okay, in one iteration, I'm gonna send this one to port B and this is to port P. Okay, so that this value is gonna go to display 0, right? Because this one is gonna send it to 0. In next iteration, I'm here. Next iteration, I'm here. Next iteration is here, and then I'm gonna come back, repeat again. Okay, is that clear? So here I'm gonna make a loop. In this loop, I'm gonna create a loop. Every iteration, I'm gonna take 2 numbers. One to go to port P, one to go to port P, right? Next time here, next time here, next time here, and then I go back quickly. Any question? So let me show you the code. How I do this one. Look here, guys. That's exactly what I explained. I have to make array this way. Okay. So in first iteration, I have to get 2 values. Next iteration, I have to get 2 values. Next iteration, I have to get 2 values. Next iteration, I have to take 2 values. Once I am done, I have to come back to the beginning again. Is that okay? So how can we do that? That's what I'm going to show right now. Okay. So for sure, this part is just a configuration. I'm not going to talk about it. I already explained it. So let's see how it works, guys. In the very beginning, X is pointing at the very first location. X is here. Okay. And then this is the initialization in the very beginning. Okay. And now we are going to loop here. Look here, guys. This is exactly similar, the same idea I explained here. So you are going to loop here 4 times. Okay, 4 times from here to here, 4 times. Is that okay? After 4 times, after X come to here, after you finish, I have to return X to here again. And that's here, this one comes to here. So here, this part is like for loop for 4 iteration. Okay, and then I have to come here so that I return X from here to the beginning again. Okay, so let me show how it works here. Okay, so this is how it works, guys. You can see here. I'm gonna get the byte. I'm gonna get the byte pointed by X, right? Which in the very beginning. So every iteration, I'm gonna take 2 numbers in every iteration. In the very beginning, X is here. I'm gonna take the location. This one I'm gonna send to port P. Then I'm gonna increment X. Take this one, send to port P. That's exactly what I'm doing here. Look here, guys. So I'm gonna take 1 byte pointed by X. I'm gonna send to port B. Okay. Then I'm gonna increment X. Then I'm gonna take 1 byte, okay, pointed by X. I'm gonna send to port P. Okay, and then I'm gonna increment X so that after the first iteration, X is gonna be here for next time. Okay, so is that okay, guys? So number 1, I'm gonna take 1 byte pointed by X into port B, increment X. Then I'm gonna take 1 byte pointed by X. I'm gonna send to port P and then increment X. After that, so now after that, I'm gonna wait for 1 millisecond. I'm gonna wait for some time. Why? Okay, I'm gonna explain why. So after, so what I did so far, guys, I took 1 byte sent to port B, 1 byte sent to port P, and then I'm not gonna move quickly to the next row. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna wait 1 millisecond before I move to next row. Same thing. Once I'm gonna do the same thing for next row, and then I'm gonna wait 1 millisecond before I move to the next one, and so on. Is that okay? And then I'm gonna explain why we have the delay here. And then I'm gonna compare X to display plus 8. Plus 8. So if you already took this one and you increment X, so that means X should equal the beginning address plus 8. Beginning address plus 8. That's exactly what I'm doing here. So here I'm going to compare X to, if it is not equal, that means I'm going to come to here to repeat again. If it is equal, so I'm going to come to here so that I reinitialize X again. So I move X from here to the beginning. Okay. Any question? Any question, guys, so far? Please, if you have any question, mute your mic, ask me. Still, I didn't answer why we have a delay here. So after I send this one to port P, this one to port B, I'm not gonna move quickly to the next one. I have to wait some time, 1 millisecond, okay? And this is the main thing here, guys. If you make this delay too long, you will see a flicker. If you make it no delay, or you make it too short, the displays are gonna become dim. That's why we need a delay here, because if you look how the LEDs works, guys, you have, this is the voltage, this is the brightness. So it needs some time until you, so here you cannot just put the voltage, this is the time, this is the time. You cannot just apply the voltage for a short period of time, it's gonna be dim. And again, you are sitting in home, we are in lockdown, we have nothing to do, just run this program, just to play, just to remove this delay and see what's going to happen. You should see some kind of dim, should be dim, okay? Because you didn't apply the voltage for enough time, very short time. So that's why I have to keep the voltage for a certain time, so that the LED can reach to the maximum brightness. Okay, so that's why here I'm gonna make a delay 1 millisecond. Okay, now I'm gonna choose a video. In the video, I'm intentionally increase this delay intentionally. Okay, now when I increase this delay, you will see a flicker. Okay, so this delay from here to here, or from here to here, from here to here, it should not be too short to avoid dim. Also, it should not be too long to avoid flicker. Is that okay? So now I'm gonna choose a video. Shifting, whatever. Yeah, multi-segment segment. Okay. Yeah. Let's run this program. Look here, it's number 3, 4, 5, 8. Maybe the camera is not too good, but anyway, you have all these programs. I'm quite sure they are working. So I can see now, I ran the code, and I can see very stable number, 3, 4, 5, 8, very stable number. Okay. Now I'm gonna show you. You will see it now. You will notice it when I increase the delay. Okay, you will see the flicker now. Okay, so let's see. You can see the number is stable. However, this is because look here at the delay. What delay we have? The delay is only 5 milliseconds. Look, you can see what will happen. You will not see a stable number. For example, let's try 100. So now we turn one display on. So now I'm gonna change the digit or the number every 100 millisecond, right? So let's see. It may be okay. I don't know. I'm trying, right? Can you see, guys? You can see flicker, right? Now you can see now some. Yeah, so now you can see some 7 segment are on off, so you can see flicker. Is that okay, guys? So let me, maybe I'm trying another number. I don't remember what I did here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try another number, which is 50. So I tried 100, there was flicker. So let me try 50 millisecond. So that means when I move from one row to another, I'm gonna wait 50. I tried 5 milliseconds, it was okay. Still, you can see, still 50 is bad. You can see flicker, it's faster than 100, but still it's bad, okay? Anyway, I tried 1 millisecond, it was okay. I tried 5 milliseconds, I guess it was okay. Let's see 20. I'm gonna try 20. Still 20 is still not that good. You can see somehow it's better, but still it's not a stable number. It's not stable. Okay, but anyway, so anyway, you can just play in your home. You have nothing to do. You are sitting in home, so at least I can keep you busy. You can just play. Again, guys, you have all these programs, and this is in every slide. I write the file. Okay, this is the name of the file. Sorry. So here always you can see I write here, this is the name of the file. I'm quite sure these programs are working. I'm quite sure I tested all of them before I put it in the course website. Okay, guys. So now I'm gonna teach how can you do the same thing using C. Okay, so let's see here using C. Okay, so here this is the number I want to display. I want to display 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so and then here what I'm gonna do here, guys, is here I'm gonna make for loop 4 times. So for this one, for this one, for this one, for this one, okay? And then after four times, I'm gonna repeat again. That's why I have infinite loop here. So I have infinite loop here. Inside the infinite loop, here I'm gonna loop 4 times. 4 times, 4 iteration. In every iteration, I'm gonna display only one number in every iteration. Is that okay? I'm gonna show you how it works. So now here, I equal to 0. Okay, guys? So I'm going to get digit of 0, which is number 3. So I'm going to put here number 3. So this one is going to be number 3. Okay? So now I want to remember this function, guys. This function, you don't need a decoder. You don't need to convert. Just to give me the number, and the conversion is going to be inside it. Okay? So now I want to display number 3. And then here, I'm going to put number 0. In display number 0. So I'm going to display 3 in display number 0 because this is I and this is I. This is in the first iteration. In the second iteration, what's going to happen in the second iteration is this one is 1, right? And this one is 1. And because this is 1, so I'm going to get 4 here. Okay? So I'm gonna display number 4 in display number 1. This is when I equal 1. Right? In the second iteration. Same thing in the third iteration. Now I equal 3, this 2, sorry, and this is 2, this is 2, and then I'm gonna get this one here instead of this one. Okay, guys, very easy, right? So in every iteration, I'm gonna get 1 from here, 1 by 1, and then also, this is also another very important thing. If you look at this one, guys, very important thing. This one here, guys, very important thing, because this one is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, right, in every iteration, so that I can display this number on display 0. Next iteration, I'm gonna enable display 1, display 2, display 3. Okay, it's very easy, right? Any question, guys? Any questions? Very easy. Any questions? So now I just want to summarize. I want to summarize functions we have for the 7 segment. I already explained this one. 7 segment enable, and we have 7 segment disable. Very easy, right? We have this one, guys. Segment 7 on. Remember, here you have to put whatever you put here has to go to port P. So you have to put the code, not the number. So you have to put here 3F or you have to put the code, not the number, right? This one here, just to give me the number from 0 to 9. Don't give me the code. So because this number is going to convert it internally, right? In both cases, you can give me display, which display. So the number you have to put here should be between 0 and 3. You have to tell me which display, right? We have another function here. It's called segment 7 off. So this one should turn all the 7 segment off. So this one actually is you are clearing port P. Okay. So actually this function is similar. Just you put 0 here. Sorry, not here. You actually similar. Oh, but you have, yeah. So this one here, guys, is similar. You put like 0 here. So anyway, so this function you actually 0 means it's actually this function is gonna put 0 to port P. So it means it's gonna turn all the LEDs off. So this function is not gonna enable or disable. So whatever you enable is gonna be enabled, or different disabled is gonna be disabled. But all what this function is gonna do, just port B equals 0 to turn all the LEDs off. Okay. Any question, guys? Okay, so now only 2 small topics are left in this chapter. One of them, this one, I'm going to explain it very quickly. Okay, this is a very easy topic. Relay. Okay, I'm going to teach you what I mean by relay. Okay, and then next time we will finish this chapter. Okay, look here, guys. Okay, look here, guys. If I have a microcontroller, look at the story. Very easy story. Okay, if I have a microcontroller, and then I have a motor, and this motor, for example, it runs with 100 volt, for example. Okay, for sure I cannot connect it directly this way. I cannot connect the microcontroller to the motor directly, for sure, because microcontroller cannot give the 110 voltage. Right? So this is some motor. This motor needs 110 voltage. Microcontroller cannot give you this voltage. Okay. So the question is, this is a problem, right? Microcontroller can give you DC current, DC voltage. Okay. It can give you like a very small current, maximum maybe. It depends for sure from one controller to another, but it may be just hundreds of ampere. But anyway, so it's just very small current. So that means if I have a motor and I want to control this motor, I want to turn the motor on, I want to turn the motor off. Okay, guys. So I cannot connect it directly this way. This is the problem. How I can solve it? Here comes what we call a relay. So the way you have to connect it, you have to put a relay here. Okay, and using this relay, you can turn the circuit on and off. Okay, how it works? I'm going to tell you how it works. This is a microcontroller here, guys. What is relay? Relay, it actually has a coil this way. This is a coil. Okay, and then this coil is connected to here, guys, to one pin here, and here there is like a switch. This is a mechanical switch, or sometimes it's not mechanical, but anyway, it's a switch, right? And this is what we call a relay. This part now it is a relay, okay? And then this is the motor here. And then I'm gonna connect here 110 voltage here. Okay, guys? So here it's 110 voltage. Okay. So what happens is, if I wanna turn the motor on, I have to output here 5 volt. Right? It's just one pin. You have to output one on this pin. And once you do that, so you actually energize the coil. This is for sure. This coil doesn't take too much. It doesn't need too much voltage. DC voltage is okay, and also this one is a small current, so it's gonna work. And then once you energize the coil becomes like a magnet. Okay, because it's a magnet. You are gonna pull. So the coil is gonna pull this switch, is gonna close the switch so that the motor is gonna run. Okay, guys. So, and this is the most important thing. There is no connection. There is no electrical connection between this circuit that needs high voltage, high AC voltage, and between this circuit that needs a small voltage, DC voltage. There is no, just air, okay? So there is no electrical connection. It's like a magnet. You just pull it down, okay? If you want to turn the motor off, what you have to do, you have to output here 0. When you output 0, there is no current here. And because there is no current, so the coil is not going to become a magnet. That means there is a spring. A spring is going to pull this one up this way. So you open this circuit. You open the circuit here. Okay, guys, that's what we call it a relay. On our board, we have one relay. Okay. How can you program it? Very trivial, very easy. We have done it many times. You have to program it, it's one pin, right? So just one pin. You have to program this pin output. And if you want to energize the coil, you just output one logic 1 here. If you want to, just one pin, and this one pin, you can put 0 volt or 5 volt, just to energize the coil, okay? I think that's enough for today. So next time I'm gonna complete this topic, and also there is only one topic is left. I think we can finish. We will finish this chapter next time. Okay, guys. Any question? Maybe just sorry, give me 1 or 2 minutes. I want to talk quickly about something in the lab today. So in the lab today, guys, I told you in one task, in task 1, just I want to give you some hint about something. In task 1, I told you if you are in task 1, I want to make flashing LED. Flashing LED, okay? But the delay of this flashing, okay, you can control this delay. How? I told you, I think from PH4 to PH6. These 3 switches, okay? If the number here in binary, for example, is number 5, which is 110, I'm sorry, 101, okay? If number 5, that means the delay should be 5 seconds, right? If the number here is number 1, so I need 1 second, and so on, okay? So quickly, I'm gonna explain the way you have to do it quickly. Maybe this is the only tricky part in this school, in the program. So the way you have to do it, guys, is this is PTH. After you read PTH, you have to clear this ones here, right? I think it should be only 1 here, okay. 1, and then 3 zeros. So after you clear, you are gonna have like X, this way, okay? And then you have to shift, and then zeros here. You have to shift 4 times. After you shift 4 times, I'm gonna get a number this way. So this is a byte. This byte should have a value from 0 to 15. Is that okay? And then, because we have to call a function delay YMS, okay? So you have this byte, you have to multiply it by 1,000, right? Because this is in seconds. This byte in seconds. So I have to multiply it by 1,000, and then after multiply it by 1,000, I have to put it in register Y before you call this function. Is that okay? So this is the main idea. However, I wanna just bring your attention to a very important thing. Delay YMS, you should not. If Y equals 0, you should not call this function. If Y equals 0, because the way this function works, once you send Y, is gonna decrement Y first. So if Y equal to 0, so this function actually is gonna wait for a very long time. It's gonna make a delay, but very long delay. Why? Because it's gonna decrement to 0. Once you decrement to 0, you are gonna become 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, which is a very long time. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I want to tell you here, guys. You should not call delay YMS if Y equals 0. Why? Because this function, if Y equals 0, is going to make a very long delay. So very easy. So if you need to check once after you get Y, after you get a number here, you can check early. If this number is 0, no flashing. So that means you should not complete. You need to just check. So I don't need to make flashing, okay? Or you can calculate Y. You can do the same thing and calculate Y. And then there are 2 cases. If Y equals 0, don't call the function, okay? Because no flashing. If it is not 0, okay, in this case, you can call the function so that you can make a delay, Y millisecond delay, okay? Any question, guys? Okay. So again, we are gonna have tests. 2 is gonna be only 1 hour. I'm gonna give you a problem. This problem can use it's gonna use like switches, it's gonna use like push button, LEDs, 7 segment, and so on. Right? I'm gonna give you a certain application. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, for example, you have to read this port, you have to turn the LED on, whatever. So a certain application is gonna be focused on the devices I taught in chapter 3. Okay, it's gonna be open book as usual. Okay, only 1 hour. Okay, thanks guys. Bye.